Welcome to episode number 65 of the Upgrade Your Life podcast. Hey, do you like mornings? Maybe you don't like mornings, but what do successful people do? What do high performers do in order to start their day? Well, in today's episode, I'm going to give you 5 key routines of highly successful people. Stay tuned. So the big question is, how do ambitious people like us, who grew up listening to the old advice of go to school, work hard for 40 years, and retire when you're old, create a life today that is meaningful, abundant, healthy, and brings joy, while also leading a life that is productive and full of achievement? That is the question, and this is the podcast that will help give you the answers that you're searching for. My name is Del Denny, and welcome to the Upgrade Your Life podcast. What's up, world? Del Denny here, and welcome to the Upgrade Your Life podcast. Today, we're going to talk about 5 morning routines of successful people. And as I talk to you about ways that we can make our morning better, first, I have to say this. I have always struggled with mornings. It has never come natural to me. I am a person that naturally stays up late and likes to sleep in. And that's naturally what I like to do. That doesn't mean that I should do those things. That's just how I'm genetically wired. And, everybody has a different rhythm. I think they call it a circadian rhythm, where some people are morning people, some people are night owls, and to each his own. However, I do know this. When you win the morning, you win the day. And when you win the day, you win the week. And when you win the week, you end up winning the year. And so it all starts with our morning. And if you've ever rolled out of bed on the bad side of bed, it just messes with your day. So how do we prevent that from happening? Well, I'm going to give you 5 things that successful people do in their morning. It's not limited to these things, but I'm going to give you 5 that I feel are extremely, extremely important. Now, the first one to seize the day and have this in your morning routine is to exercise. When we start off in the morning with exercise, it's going to we're gonna have fewer distractions, if you will. I know when I wake up in the morning, and that's the first thing that I do is exercise. There's not a million things that are pending right now. I'm not thinking about work. I'm not thinking about emails. There's less that gets in the way. So if we do it early in the morning, and when you get it done in the morning, you don't have to dwell on it. So many times I've done an afternoon exercise or an evening exercise, and I'm dwelling on it, thinking about it. Should I do it? Should I not do it? But if you get it done in the morning, it's done with, and you can go on to the next step of your life. Now, the second thing that successful people do in the morning is they plan the day. They review their schedule. I always say this. I think it's important that you plan your day the night before, and then in the morning, review it. So you plan the day the night before. You think about your to-do lists. You have that ready to go. Typically, 3 is the target area, maybe up to 5, but have no more than 3 things. But definitely have 1 solid major needle-moving activity on your to-do list. And so when you wake up in the morning, the whole point of it is to review your day and have a game plan going in. Look at each hour by hour. Think about what needs to be done. Visualize what needs to be done for success. And so that's the second part, is to plan the day. Look at your to-do list. Number 3 is you have to have a block of time for personal time. And this is where people get stressed out. This is where people get burnt out. Typically, a lot of the world, when they roll out of bed, the first thing they do before they even roll out of bed, they grab their phone, they start scrolling through social media. That's what they do with their free time. That creates anxiety. It creates jealousy. You don't want to do that. Too many times people roll out of bed, they rush to work, and they don't have any time for themselves, and they feel like they're constantly behind the 8 ball. And so if you feel like you don't have time for yourself, well, wake up a little bit early. Yeah, I know that sucks, but wake up a little bit earlier and schedule some time for you. whether it's just to walk around the house, whether it's to enjoy your breakfast with your loved ones, have an extra 15 minutes where you can sit down and talk with your family. That is an important characteristic of a successful person, is to have a block of time in the mornings just for themselves. It helps them to clear their head. Now, the fourth thing I'm going to recommend of you guys is meditation. As you've listened to the podcast, I'm a big fan of meditation. And especially when it comes in the morning, you can always take a little meditation break in the afternoon or evening if you need a little jolt to calm you down, if you will. But meditation is critical to success. Some people think it's a little woo-woo-y, but hey, I know for myself that puts my mindset in the right place. It lowers your heart rate, it keeps your mind clear, it reduces anxiety, it reduces depression. We get so worked up throughout the day that meditation is really the cure for that. And so it starts your day off right. To start your day with tranquility, to start your day with being calm and peaceful and happy, I find that's a much better thing to do than to roll out of bed checking social media. So that's the fourth one, is to meditate. Now, and by the way, you don't have to spend a lot of time meditating, but dedicate some time. Personally, 10 minutes, that's my sweet spot. Sit there in silence and just be one with my thoughts and do my best to clear my thoughts of anything. Just have a clear mind going into it and trying to keep that there. Now, the fifth thing I'm going to recommend for you for a phenomenal morning routine is to establish a period of time for self-learning. To start your day with growth, with expansion of your mind, is a key attribute of successful people. So self-learning can be listening to a podcast, it can be reading a book, it could be listening to an audiobook, it could be taking an online course. Just starting your day with growth is another characteristic of a highly successful person. So those are my 5 tips for you. If you want to have a successful morning routine, encompass this into your routine. The first one is exercise. Second is to plan the day, schedule it, look at your to-do list. Number 3 is to schedule your personal time. Have a block of time in there, be it 30 minutes or an hour, whatever it may be. 4th is meditation. 5th is self-learning. Now, the way that you do that in the morning is all up to you. But dedicate a block of time in the morning where you can knock out those 5 things: exercise, plan the day, schedule personal time, meditation, and self-learning. So that's it, my friends. This is Del Denny signing off. Remember, learn, lead, and live to your full potential. Thanks so much for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. If you've enjoyed this episode, please share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to the show on iTunes to get automatic episode updates for the Upgrade Your Life podcast. And finally, please take a minute to leave us an honest review and rating on iTunes. Your feedback really helps us out when it comes to the ranking of the show, and I make it a point to read every single one of the reviews that we get. So thanks for listening. Thanks for joining me on the Upgrade Your Life podcast. Have a great day.